Welcome to Networking at Noon. Super excited to have you here with us today as I get the opportunity to interview Daniel Gray. And right before we got started, he was telling me about a new business thing that he has going on. So I'm sure we're going to hear a little bit about that, as well as his other business venture that he has. So Daniel, thank you so much for coming in. Are you in Ocala today?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm actually towards Lake Weir today, so just south of Ocala. Out by the
Excellent.
lake today.
So tell us a little bit about what you do, Daniel.
So my main company is Exotic Mobile Marketing. We take supercars and we sell every square inch of advertising usable space. In small town USA, I call it forced advertising. So the car drives 5-6 days a week. We go to networking events anywhere from, oh my goodness, anywhere from 2 to 6 per day, depending on what's going on. Parts of the chamber and ribbon cuttings. And I don't care if it's your kid's birthday party. We're going to go say hi, bring them a supercar that maybe they haven't seen before, and try to connect the community through it.
So tell us a little bit about your first supercar that you got.
Yes. So I was able to build a business through we've been in business for the last 18 years. And can I say what built it? What really put it over the moon?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, shameless plug then. We were successful of what we thought was success. And I was able to take the Ignite Your Business program, and it really like hyper focused my attention. I didn't realize that my company didn't have blinders on. So what it did was it literally laser focused to a point where we stopped helping everyone and anyone, and we started helping assisted and independent living. We got rid of the storage facility.
Did you mention that it was a moving company?
Oh yes, household residential moving. It was a great company. We had a lot of fun with it, but we had done it for a long time. So when we finally got our focus and stopped doing everything for everyone, we actually made more money in less time, and we were having a lot more fun doing it because we knew we were helping people. So we built that business, sold that business as a matter of fact, through a BNI member that was in Indiana. Okay, with the connection, yeah, totally. Just met. I was teaching member success program. I said the words, wouldn't it be cool one day to build your business so big that you could be acquired? We happened to be acquired within 6 months. Sold the company. I was able to then buy my first Lamborghini Gallardo. I was over the moon. I could barely contain it. And then I was like, it's all yellow, carbon fiber everywhere, black wheels, black leather interior with Alcantara and suede everywhere. Like it is nice every single time I sit in this car. And then I realized I sold my income at the same time. So I'm an idea guy. I've got a file full of ideas that maybe one day I will get to, and I'm thumbing through the file and I pull out the one that we wanted to sell and help market people and sell every single square inch of an item. Now, I didn't know if that was going to be a web page. I didn't know if it was going to be one of those sign trucks that rotates. Like I didn't have a clue. When I had the supercar though, when you get in a Lamborghini, you turn so many heads and there's pictures and video every day. We attached the idea to the car, and then Exotic Mobile Marketing was born.
What we'll have to do is have you put a picture of your car in the chat or in the comments after we're done, because it's such a powerful visual. I should have had it and screen shared it. That's shame on me.
I've got it right here.
Of course you've got it right there.
Damn, there it is. So
you turned off your camera?
Yep. Just so you could see the video. The picture is of the car when it goes off video.
I'm not seeing the picture though.
That's all right.
We'll put it in the chat box.
We'll add it in the comments.
The comments, whatever. I keep saying chat.
That's all right.
So you've like sold inches of your car's design. Tell me about that.
Every single square inch of the car is gridded out in hexagon shapes. I fell in love with the hexagon because It's part of the Lamborghini's its styling around the car. As more importantly, when I fell in love with that shape, you know how when you get something, you start noticing it everywhere. So now my ties are hexagons, my belts are hexagons. I've got shoes coming that are built out of hexagons. Like I absolutely love the shape, but more importantly, I loved how it linked together. I love how the hexagon comes together, because it's not, you know how a square, you can literally put a square on all four sides. Well, the way that the hexagon is shaped, you have more connections with one single hexagon than you do a square. So we were looking at how are we going to bring those people together. So the car is literally gridded out from front to back with a wrap that all you see is blue and gray hexagons. And then we fill in those spots with anywhere from, I mean, we literally have people in the car for $1 a month, all the way to $1,000 a month, depending on how much real estate they want to buy.
We've got us a nice little Asentiv logo. Asentiv sponsors the show. Asentiv also, has a little spot on the Lamborghini.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Right on the door too. So a really, really good spot, because the windows are down all the time. There's conversations at almost every red light. Like I love talking to people, and I let kids sit in the car. We sponsor a lot of events. So we're doing a lot of stuff with the Boys and Girls Club right now. We're doing festivals of speed at World Equestrian Center in Ocala, the massive hotel equine place. So they're going to have like a $350,000 jumping Grand Prix happening in the middle. All of the supercars, including James Bond's DB9, right there on the cobblestones next to the jumping, and the Kentucky Derby on the Megatron at 5 o'clock. So the car's everywhere.
Gotcha. Now, I know you've got the car where you use all, and you've got a new company or a new idea that's coming out, or it has come out.
Yes.
Tell us about how you're going to use all the space somewhere else.
Yeah, our slogan is it's time to level up, and this is the level up. So Piexelemm is the name of the company. Our pre-orders opened yesterday. So it's literally preorder.piexelemm.com. And we were able to take the idea that I had initially. Now, this idea was 10 years old. I wish that I had the knowledge of how to develop and code and do all that stuff 10 years ago. We'd be having a different conversation because I'd be on a yacht somewhere, on some island that I own. So regardless, the concept was to, let's put it this way. People spend a lot of money on, I'm not going to say their names, but on the big box brands, and they spend a lot of money on their ads and their clicks and all that jazz. And it's all about who has more money, who goes to the top of the page. When you search something, you're going to look and you're going to find them at the top of the page because they paid more than you did. Then you get your people that get real keyboard warriors, and they want to beat down a company because they were 15 minutes late. So now your ranking goes down. Now people look at your ranking and they judge you based on that. So with Piexelemm, what we've done is we have taken a web page and we have sold 3 different size pixels. Okay. The small pixel is $1 a month or $10 a year. The middle pixel, the X5, is $5 a month or $50 a year. The X10 is literally $10 a month or $100 a year. But that's the 3 sizes. You cannot pay me more than $10 a month or $100 a year maximum. So if you're in business, it's kind of a no-brainer because you spend a whole lot more money on a whole lot less. The difference is we have backlinks that are going to help organic search ranking on all the platforms. That's built in. We don't charge for it. You get the most keywords with the X10. You'll get 25 keywords or phrases for your business. But our goal is for businesses to be found local. We want people to start shopping local. We also want people to have their voice back, because most people like, what's your favorite movie?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Give me your favorite series. I know you like
We'll just go Star Trek.
Star Trek, very good. Well, somebody told me they hated Star Trek. They're a Star Wars person. So Star Trek, they hate it. They put this bad review. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not watching Star Wars or Star Trek. I don't care about the Wrath of Khan and all that. They told me it was horrible. Now, I base my opinion on someone else's review, and I never get to see the glory that's Star Trek. I don't get to see how it develops in the worlds and the different species and just the battles that happen. I don't get to see any of that because I let someone else make my mind up for me. So Piexelemm will never have ratings, rankings, or reviews. People will literally be searching, I need a plumber, I need an attorney. They will search a distance from their home and they will find the options that exist in their space. Now, the people that have a pixel with us, they will come to the front of the page. Let's say that you needed an electrician and 5 people come up. You can then click to call, go to their website, go to their social media platforms. You can even go search their reviews if you're feeling froggy. That's up to you. But on our platform, you will be able to be searchable, linkable, and clickable for $1, $5, or $10 a month. The beauty of that is the fact that in one click, you're going to find who you're looking for. You're also going to find somebody within a radius of your zip code. So you're shopping local right out of the gate. At the same time, if let's say you've searched, I need an electrician, and you have a 30-mile range and 10 people pop up, and that's too many. So you say, you know what? I'd rather find somebody a little bit closer to home. Maybe they won't charge a trip charge because they're so close to me. And then you have 3. The 7 fly away. The 3 come to the front of the screen. You're then able to show which one you want to click, call. You can call them all 3 if you want to. The beauty of that is at the bottom of Piexelemm, you will see the size that they chose, the X1, X5, X10. But at the top of the page where all their information sits, the part that is searchable, linkable, clickable, I don't care if you have $1, $5, or 10, they're all the same. And every single time that you go back to this page, the algorithm is randomized. You will never exist at the top of the page all the time. It's not a ranking system. It is totally, totally random. That way, and last week I got offered 10,000 for a guy to have an X10 at the top of the page. Now, it would take me 100 years at the X10 level to reach that kind of dollar amount from that client. I don't need his 10 grand. I don't want his 10 grand. That's not the principle of the business. It doesn't follow our mission. Our goal is for everybody to be as equal as possible and not to and nothing against people who have a whole bunch of money to spend, but I don't want the guy that has 100 grand and the lady that has 250,000 to spend. I don't want anyone to be above or below that person. So they literally, as they search, they will be on an equal platform.
Gotcha. So you mentioned the website once. What you give it to us again? What was the website for if people are interested in this?
Absolutely. It's piexelemm.com. So Piexelemm.com.
Awesome.
Piexelemm.
Now, you got some really cool businesses going on, but I know you like to have some fun too.
Ooh, yes, I do.
What kind of fun do you like? What do you like to do for fun?
I've been doing so much racing lately. I recently raced Daytona Speedway on the road course in one of my karts. We race go-karts all over the place. We're going to the St. Pete Grand Prix tomorrow. Just as spectators, I wish we were racing. That would be amazing. But Daytona was one of my wildest experiences in a go-kart, just because you're going about 80 miles an hour, 1 inch off the ground, no seatbelt, no roll cage. As a matter of fact, if you wrecked, you would actually want to be as far away from that metal around you. So yeah. But it's a lot of fun, and you will never experience what a true draft feels like when you're being sucked along with 20 to 40 other drivers. There's nothing like it. So anything with a motor that goes fast, that we can turn sideways, that sounds good.
All right. So let me ask you a question, because I know you do a lot of the marketing stuff, but one of the questions somebody had was, how do I generate leads from social media? And I asked because I know you're very active on your social media.
Absolutely. I've engaged, I've kind of looked at 3 different analytics. Number 1 is the attention span that people have right now is going less and less and less. So I was making inspirational videos, and I was putting them on TikTok and then moving them over to Instagram and Facebook. Now, my motivationals are 45 seconds to a minute long. when I got my analytics back from TikTok, I found that people were watching me for 10.8 seconds.
Oh.
Now my feedback was amazing, but they didn't even get the meat of it. They didn't even get at 45 seconds, I was hitting fire, and they didn't even realize that there was more to be had. So I would say on social media is when you start to realize your particular target market, you're going to know their attention span based on how long they're watching your videos. You can get all those on Instagram. It's called insights. On Facebook, you can do that with a Facebook pixel. You can do that with just their background of your business page. And it's going to show you how many views, how many times people clicked off of it or engaged. The next thing that I look at is in your area, what is Facebook prime time? What's the time that everybody's on? So if you're posting at 10:30 in the morning while everybody's knee deep in work and they're not on their phones, they're not supposed to be on their phones, you're missing a massive piece of your audience, depending on your target market again. And I would hope that people would move more towards, think about when your clients get off of work. And if you're selling to the West Coast, you've got to think about the time difference there as well.
Yeah.
Like if you're going live at 7 here, you may be live at 4 o'clock out there. So they're still not going to watch. You may have to go live later, or you may have to go live twice, So think about that. The last piece of social media right now is people are watching stories more than they're watching your post. I get anywhere from, now I only keep 700 friends personally on Facebook. On my other pages, it can be thousands, that's fine. But on Facebook, my personal people that I know are going to like me and trust me, they're going to share my content, etc. Out of those 700, I get over 400 engagements in my story, but I will get 40 to 80, sometimes 100 in my regular postings, because once you start messing with Facebook algorithms, Facebook's going to show them what they want to see, not exactly what you want them to see.
Right.
So I would go for those three things. Think about the time of your videos. Think about the content as far as your posts. I got a lot of people that are, they will put a beautiful image and then they will cover it with a whole bunch of words written in cursive in red that you can't even see. So I like clean content. I like easy to read words, and I am not going to read a book. So if you've got something that, and that's not that I don't want to read a book, but on Facebook, I'm not looking to read 2 hours. So keep your message short, sweet, and straight to the point.
Love it. Love it. So Michael Tom Min, how do you say that?
Tomato.
Yeah, that one. I'm like, I don't know. He said, hey, awesome. Dan is great. So some love from Michael coming at you.
Michael wrote an amazing book, so you need to check that out. It's literally how to teach kids to be a superhero, and it is an amazing read. So,
what's the name of it,
Michael? I don't have it with me. I will. I'm gonna put a link because the book's it's super inexpensive, but I'll put a link in the comment section as well.
Super cool.
Yeah.
2 quick questions for you before we wrap up. The first is, what is, a top tip that you would give to people as they're working on their business? And then I'm going to ask you about your favorite brew.
Absolutely.
The one tip for folks.
Yes. The one tip is to never stop learning. When I said I took Ignite Your Business, I took it 3 times total. The first time was for me. The second time I was told to get and trained by the experts, but I was also told to bring my team. So the second time I took it, I brought my business partners in. The third time I took it, we fine-tuned into the next company because I had went through the program in a mover's mindset. The third time I took the course, I put on, what am I doing for exotic mobile marketing? And that's staying immersed in the information. Your core competency number 2 is everything. So I will always stay immersed in the education of what is offered. So that's my tip. Don't ever stop learning.
Excellent. Love it. And then my last question is, what's your favorite brew?
Ooh, see, brew is a funny question because I wish that I liked brews and beers and all that. My favorite is a Moscow Mule, and I have tried other drinks. I've gotten flights I went to Colorado recently on my first vacation in a decade. I took 10 days. We went to a different brewery, distillery every single day. Okay. I just can't do it.
Well, but you do know, or maybe that liquor is brewed. So the same process that beer goes through is the same process that liquor goes through. The only difference is the distillation at the end. So a distillery is a brewery with distillation at the end. So
then
liquor does count as brewed.
I like it. I'll take it. So Moscow Mule with Tito's. I'm very, very picky. It's got to be Tito's. And it's got to be a copper mug. It has to be.
Not the same if it's not in copper, is it?
Not even close. And when they bring it out, I feel like I'm drinking a mojito somewhere. I don't want that. I want my Moscow Mule in a copper mug. I want my lime on the side. I want my ginger cube stuck down, just floating in there, marinating. So I'm a little picky when it comes to my Moscow Mules, but can you blame me?
So have you gotten those copper mugs with the Piexelemm logo on it yet?
They're coming for sure. They're definitely they're en route already. Everybody that is involved with Piexelemm loves Moscow Mules for some reason. So yes, it's part of our merch, because we intend to have hats, shirts, hoodies, you name it. My daughter, by the way, was inspired. She's the one that handles most of those decisions when it comes to hats, hoodies. She's 12 years old, but she knows her stuff. I let her pick the merch. So,
well, if people are looking to find you on social media, where and what's your handle or your name or whatever the cool kids call it these days?
Gotcha. So on Facebook, it is literally facebook.com/the Daniel Gray. It's not the because of me. It's the because Daniel Gray is a common name. So it's all out there. So the Daniel Gray. And then reach out to me on Piexelemm.com, because I'm going to be communicating with a ton of people. We also have every single platform for Piexelemm. So you can connect with me on Instagram and TikTok the same way through Piexelemm.
Well, thank you so very much, Daniel, for being here for our networking at noon. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next week. Our guest next week will be Tonya Aka from Michigan. We're excited to talk about networking. See you next week.
Love it. Have a good day.